These guys are opening up cans, running. It's just incredible. Woo! We got a new helper. We're pushing 4,000 almost. Yeah, 4,000 meals. Almost 4,000. Yeah. Tomorrow, 4,000, 5,000.
Dude, nice.
I know, dude. Right now.
This is Chris, my wife's cousin. Pretty amazing guy.
Hello.
He took the time out of his life to come help me out in Puerto Rico when I was cooking after the devastation of Hurricane Maria. Helped me cook up to 4,000 meals a day, and I'm returning that favor.
We're gonna go see the Chupacabra.
Okay. I want to see it.
Chupacabra?
Among other things, Chris isn't just only a father. He's an American hero. He flew jet planes in the war against Iraq. Which means he's probably saved all of our lives at one point or another.
100 more. Let's do it.
Worry about studying. We're gonna rebuild.
That's a handy tool to have. No true Puerto Rican doesn't walk around without a machete in the trunk of his car. That's a true fact. Aha! That's a true fact.
But now, he's saving millions of lives by bringing attention and awareness to the effects of fentanyl and what it can do to people. Now, this fentanyl isn't really a food thing, but we do struggle with drugs and alcohol in our industry. So I figure it would be appropriate to bring this topic up, since it is a major factor in the drug industry right now. It'll kill you instantly, and it's everywhere.
Adios. Ciao.
This is a sugar packet. Some of you have already seen or heard about this. This is 1 gram of artificial sweetener used to put in coffee or tea. According to the National Institute of Health, about 1.5 of these sugar packets is enough cocaine to kill an average adult if they consume it all at once. If I were to pour half of this out, that's enough heroin to kill an average adult if they consumed it all at once. If I emptied this sugar packet, touch the inside of it, the remaining residue on my finger, as little as 4 or 5 milligrams of fentanyl is enough to kill you and me if we shared it.
Chris lost his son during the Christmas times a couple years ago from just a small dose of fentanyl. His son's not an addict. He's not a druggie. He's not a bad kid. And in fact, he's a scholar, an athlete, musician, and an actor.
After Zach died, I built up some courage to look a little bit into the phone before giving it over to the detective, and I discovered a video.
You ready? Me too.
So it's his handsome, beautiful face, and behind his shoulder, you can see our dog, Jake. Jake loved to sing when Zach played piano. When I found this video, it encapsulated everything beautiful about him.
Well, thank you everyone for being here. My name is Chris. I'm Zach's dad. In our advocacy work, one of our biggest challenges is stigma. When people who have no direct connection or experience with fentanyl poisoning or fentanyl products, when they hear words such as fentanyl, overdose, drugs, opioids, they compartmentalize thinking, oh, that's the war on drugs. That's the just say no to drugs and not really understand what's actually happening here. They associate what they do know, and that could be addiction, someone who struggles with addiction. Zach's death was not a death from addiction. And when addiction is connected to our story, victim shaming creeps in, and our message is lost. The message of the lethality of this drug and the deception behind it is lost.
When I say goodnight to my family, especially my children, I always say, "Goodnight, I love you." And Zach, every single time, without fail, always told me, "I love you, Dad." Those were his last words to me. The next day, I went to check on Zach because it was later than his normal wake-up time, and he appeared to be asleep at his desk, and I got within 2 feet and I knew something was horribly wrong, and I immediately started rendering first aid to Zach with CPR. And those moments I feel very haunted. No parent should have to see their child lifeless and initiate CPR to try to save them.
There was all these people on the driveway, and Chris, and our other 2 kids. And, you know, Chris just came up and said, "Our baby's gone."
The landscape is different, where the most poisonous illicit drug is on the streets, and it is everywhere. And it is not fair that your generation is dealing with this. I didn't have that danger when I was your age. That wasn't the problem back then. If a person when I was in high school wanted to underage drink or take marijuana, the worst thing that could happen is they can, have a hangover, they get nauseous, or they're embarrassed, or all of the above. But today, it's you either live or you die. If you don't take a product, you live. If you do, you have a great chance of dying. So please join us. I'm talking to the lawmakers. Join and stand in solidarity with thousands of grieving families out there who've lost their precious children, and help us turn heartbreak pain into heartfelt purpose. Thank you.
This is a push-up challenge. 100 push-ups a day through the month of December. To push up in solidarity with Chris, I've accepted this challenge. I completed that challenge, so did a few others. Now I'd like to say thank you to all of those who helped me complete that challenge and partook in some push-ups with me along the way. There are two ways to help with this cause. One, you could donate to the GoFundMe page that I will post a link for below. And you can just spread the word by sharing this video or even giving it a thumbs up. Either way, if you just pass the word along or talk to somebody you know or mention it, have the conversation with a friend, with a relative, a brother, sister, anybody you know that might be interested in learning more about fentanyl and what it's doing to our young people these days. Because eventually somebody you know will be affected by fentanyl, and it could be yourself. I'd also like to thank Laura Olson Didier, Zach's mother, for all the hard work she's doing to advocate for more awareness of this drug. Thank you, Laura, and thank you, Chris. Your work is meaningful and inspirational, and with many more lives to save. This mission you're on is working, and I commend your efforts.
Oh God, we're not done yet.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. I'll let Chris finish this out with the final word.
And we come from a very open perspective and an honest place, and to say this is a danger. We're not trying to tell you what to do or what not to do. What we're trying to do is to just explain that there is a danger out there. There's deception behind the danger, and your age group is the most impacted right now, and we want you alive. We just want you to understand and want you to know.